Big shout out to the Riot Games League of Legends Partner Program for allowing me to take a little sneak peek at all his stuff, which we'll do now. We're going to be looking at all his goodies. So, his back, his dance, his joke, his laugh, and his taunt, the fun side of League. And this is Zahen, right? Handsome as a mother trucker. Yeah, I like that. I like that base. That's clean. He's handsome. I like his colors a lot. His colors are clean there. Okay, we're going to go into the dance now. He's got Azir vibes. Azir vibes with that model, I'll tell you that much. He's throwing it down, though. He didn't skip leg day either. All right, what about the joke? Here we go. Here we go. Come on, baby, Riot. Don't let us down. Come on, now you gotta love that. You gotta love that. His beam's not working. Come on. Dude, he's majestic. This is how I think I look like. And then I actually just look like Gragas. But this is how I feel on a good day. His laugh. I wonder if this is just a sneak peek, or I wonder if he's a mute. What if he's a mute like Sona and he can't talk? Or I wonder if this is just a sneak peek without the sound yet. You know what I'm saying? Kind of curious. Let's see the taunt. Dude, I want to be like Zahen when I grew up. Like, literally. This is like what I... Dude, he's just so majestic. He's just that guy. This is the guy your girlfriend tells you not to worry about. You're screwed, buddy. His passive, Cultivation of War. Zahen's attacks and abilities against enemy champs grant him stacks of determination, gaining bonus AD per stack. When filled with determination at max stacks, Zahen gains increased attack damage, and here's the big one, can revive. Now, we're not going to go into the lore until a little bit later. Can revive. That is old Aatrox passive from way back in the day, where his bar fills up, and if you kill him while his bar is full, he literally comes back to life. So that is an OG mechanic that was removed at the time because everybody thought it was annoying, but hasn't been seen since, so I think it might get a warm welcome back. Zahen's Q, the Darkened Glaive. Zahen slashes twice on his next attack, dealing bonus damage and healing himself. Zahen can recast his ability to have his next attack deal bonus damage and knock up his target. Again, another shout out to old Aatrox with that knock up. But this just seems like, hey, he does more damage and he heals. Nothing too crazy there. Is it an auto attack or not? I can't really tell. Slashes twice on his next attack. So I would think that means on his next auto attack. You never really know with these buzzwords, but yeah, do more damage and heal on his Q. Zahen's W, the Dreaded Return. Zahen stabs in a direction, damaging enemies hit and pulling them toward him. So, stab, yoink. All right, pretty fair W. Makes sense for this kit, nothing crazy. I kind of like the simplistic so far. It's 1 or 2 sentences per ability. We love that in Modern Day League. Zahen's E, All Right Rush. That pronouncing is going to be terrible. Zahen dashes to a location and slices around himself. So similar to Ambussy, where she dashes in, does damage in a circle. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. That is one of those 2025 release date specials. You get a dash and damage. So he might be leaning towards overpowered. Worse, we'll see. So far, his Q is auto attack based and his passive is auto attack based. But maybe he's not so auto attack based. His W and E don't involve autos. Interesting. His R, Grim Deliverance. Zahen rises, then stabs downward, damaging enemies and healing for a portion of the damage dealt. So if you look at all these abilities, a pretty simple kit. He does damage, some of them being autos, some of them being abilities, and he heals a lot. So Oblivion Orb might be good into him. He does look like a standard bruiser, though, which... You know, I'm open for a simple bruiser, right? A simple bruiser is kind of like the archetype for a solid League of Legends champion. So if you put all his stuff together, passive, grants stacking AD and a potential revive. Q, Slash on his next auto, doing bonus damage and healing. Recast for a knockup. Probably not that long. W dash slash. Or no, so W stab pull. E dash slash. R rises and stabs downward. So jump, damage. Going to be a lot of damage. Going to be a lot of healing. But looks pretty simple. Probably easy to kite, easy to avoid. So pretty basic kit, which I, for one, am excited for. Okay, now we're going to dive into his lore and his concept art. So really the beginnings and the makings of Zahen, the Unsundered. A fallen god yielding both divine and profane power, Zahen hunts his fellow Darkin, you guys know that word, while defying the corruption that threatens to consume him. Once willingly sealed within his glaive to stave off madness, he now walks free, noble in heart and vicious in purpose. Zahen fights an eternal war within, but as so long as he endures, he will rise above all who seek to bring return to ruin. So it sounds like he's struggling with the good and the bad of his personality, and he's hunting the Darkin. So Darkin equals Aatrox. I'm not a lore master, but I know Aatrox is the Darkin daddy, right? So he's going after Aatrox for whatever reason. We'll have to find out, and it looks like he's just determined to end the Darkin, his fellow Darkin. So he's also a Darkin, but it seems like he is beating the dark and is staying light. Also, you can kind of see in his model, he has the dark wings. The rest of him is light. So seems like he's ultimately trying to be a good guy, fighting with his demons, not becoming a Darkin, hunting the Darkin. And again, that fits the mold of a bruiser top lane, right? So here's going to be his concept art. This looks like, you know, him. You know, this is Zahen. And then we have maybe a skin, maybe the wings fully drawn out, right? You can see his staff showing off there. This is going to be the early iterations of Zahen. Close up. Yeah, this is Battle General. Very interesting. The early iterations looks like sketches. I love the black and white, to be honest. Blood Glaive. So he's got a blood glaive. Oh my god. Battle General. These are like the early sketches. It's pretty cool to see how it comes to light. I'm not creative. I like a couple more early sketches here. These look majestic as heck. We have his model in game, right? Handsome looking mother trucker. Look at those clavicles. Look at those traps. Jealous. And then we have him with a little color, right? And with a little color here. Very nice. It's coming together. Then you have his blood glaive. His blood glaive. That's a mouthful. It's pretty cool, though. Blood glaive. Then you have him in-game, right? Standing still. T-posing. Hit the T-pose. I like the colors on him. Do you like the colors? His skin's going to go hard. But that is his lore and concept art. So pretty interesting to see how a champ comes together, really. I'm not creative, so I enjoy all this stuff. Now let's watch some of his gameplay Rye cooked up for us and see if he's truly going to be broken or not. So it's a 3v1. There's his dash and damage. Guess he W pulls him. Look at his ult. Look at his ult here. It's a fat circle. That's crazy. So if he builds something like Shojin, right? If he builds Death's Dance, if he builds Black Cleaver, Cleaver's tagging all of them, Death's Dance is healing off all of them, a lot of AoE damage, right? It's a big circle. This boom damage. Doesn't look like a ton of damage, but still. And the healing, right? Auto attacks. It looks like he auto attacks and weaves. This revive is crazy. 75% HP for fun. That's a lot. Old Aatrox did not get 75. But that should get... It looks like the Oblivion Orb is a must versus guy. Like you have to build Healing Cut or have Ignite on him. That's crazy. Okay. Another 1v3, but he doesn't, you know, we'll see. Run it back. That just gives you a good idea of his abilities, right? It's survive off still. Gets the ult off still, but yoinks a tower shot. Nice flash from Varus, to be honest. Nice flash by Zahen. Yeah, cool. Down goes Zahen. Okay. Yeah, he's auto attack, right? Auto attack and ability. It's a little bit of a mix of both. Got a 1v1 here. Aatrox and Zahen. I like how it's lore accurate in all these teasers. The 1v1, you can really see the abilities a lot clearer, right? Yeah, so he's mainly auto attacks. He's autoing a lot. A lot of autos. The teemo's going to be really good into him, right? Auto attack based. That little knockup's like Xin 3. Okay. His little knockup is Xin 3. That's awesome. That's good to know. You can kind of see the other abilities in it. We got 2v2 here. Hold the phone. There we go. So it's Zahen and Yunara versus Aatrox and Kayn. His R is really cool. The R is pretty fascinating. The revive is crazy, dude. That revive, I wonder how hard that's gonna proc it. Like, is that gonna be easy to use in game, or is that gonna be like, because you know when league players are crazy good at the game, so is that gonna be avoidable, or is it like, oh, you have to proc his passive? Oh, they got cooked. Wow. Little 1v1 action here. Ooh, on the Rift, I like that. Look at that. Is that a skin? That looks like a different Zahen. Zahen versus Neferi, top lane too. So, you know, he's going to be a good jungler, I'll tell you that much. Auto attack based jungler, does a lot of damage and heals. He's going to be a really good jungler. I'm going to play him jungle, I'll tell you that much. Damn, we gotta run that back. That was clean. I need to see that again. Hey, he looks like a bruiser, man. Just looks like a simple bruiser. Okay, he starts with W. Dash, damage in a circle. Autos, Q3. Yeah, he looks like, I like how simple he is. He's a simple bruiser, but he looks cool as hell, which we like. The Hen versus Rost. This is the W. Auto. Q3. E. Auto. Extra damage. Q3. Okay, so Q2 does extra damage. Q3 knocks up. Ults the Kayn ult. Nice. Whoa. That W. What is that W range? What the F is that? Is that like a... At the end of his spear, it does like a little old Aatrox. Like, yeah. Dude, you literally see the old Aatrox, and I'm excited. I used to love old Aatrox because Teemo's getting old Aatrox. Teemo countered old Aatrox. Auto attack based. I like that. Yeah, that is yeah, so that's all the gameplay we have for now. So TLDR, right? Great champion, simple champion, auto attack based for sure. We can commit to that. Top lane or jungle bruiser, maybe a little mid lane action. And yeah, that is the first sneak peek at Zahen. Thank you to the League LPP for allowing me to get my claws on it. And I hope you guys get excited because we'll be playing this champion in PPE definitely.